about a bench? Visit Parish Wood. You state that you found the wood in very good condition and to thank EFBOG for their efforts. Also to clear the area adjacent to the bench.
Yeah, it was
the only bench I know isn't on...
It's one at the top.
Figure of 8.
Sorry?
The only bench I know isn't on figure of 8.
It is, it's on the top.
Is it down?
It's when you just as you come round the bend at the top. There's no view there now, but we did think if people wanted to sit down, they couldn't actually get to the bench.
I'm aware of the one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do apologise.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was just another matter on Parish Wood as well. I believe property did ask EFBOG to straighten up the exit gate at the top. Because it was left in a dreadful condition last year. Now, I go up there fairly regularly and I noticed they've not done any work. Now, luckily it's been very dry this summer, but come winter time that will be a bog again.
Yeah.
So I think they do need reminding to do, to carry out the work. I believe they did say that the farmer who was responsible for making the mess in the first place was going to put it right.
Right. For those that don't know, this is the when the beasts, bullocks and that are taken up in the transport, and then the tractor and trailer makes a heck of a mess of a footpath going up.
Was that agreed last year then when we did that? I don't remember.
Well, in EFBOG's reply to our letter to them, they did state that in their letter that they would reinstate the exit out of Parish Wood.
Right, thank you.
Richard?
Councillor O'Keefe.
Just going back to the health and safety item. I get that if anything urgent comes up, we're going to have to get a consultant, but what about all the day-to-day stuff that, is that just not getting done? So obviously, we have Ken and then Graham. There must have been doing something on day-to-day. So those things, who's seen to those?
Well, I'm not aware of what we need to do day to day. Mainly it was on projects, wasn't it, around windows and looking at buildings.
The main thing that, from a health and safety point of view, that we were doing was keeping the documentation up to date, etc. That is still currently all up to date, and one of the issues that we brought up in both staffing and property is that at a time very early in the new year, there is a number of inspections that would normally be done.
Right.
That is the time when we desperately need an external person to be able to come and facilitate that for us.
Okay, Councillor Wright.
Well, they used to be closed on a Tuesday morning for 2 hours for health and safety and staff training about some safety. So what's happened to that? Do you still close, or don't you have the meeting, or what's happened?
I personally haven't been aware of that requirement since I got here. So
That
doesn't take place.
They do still close on Tuesday, yes.
Partly.
Yes.
What for? Staff training.
Staff training.
So they need training every Tuesday morning about safety.
No,
not
only regarding safety, Councillor Wright, but other things. Like last Tuesday morning, I happened to pop in and they had the website guy there, and he was there all day trying to get things right, and there was both David and Sharon both there actually listening and watching, and he was asking questions on what to do and how to get it on and that. So it is working, is that one. Councillor Sharon.
Can I just answer some point on that matter as well? Staffing did decide when we employed the new clerk that we would close all day on a Tuesday now for a set period until the clerk chief is silk award. So the office is actually closed all day on a Tuesday now. But that's just to enable the clerk to do a silk.
And I'm a council.
Yeah, well, it's all.
Which is absolutely amazing.
It will have all been minuted, Councillor, right?
Please.
In the staffing reviews.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not on staffing, by the way, Marion, but I did know that fact.
I didn't know. And somebody actually, come back again, asked me, why did council offices close on at lunchtime? That it's a bit old fashioned these days. The places like us to close on at dinner time. And I said, well, they always have and they always will.
Exactly.
There you go.
Right. Thank you for that, Councillor. Right, Councillor Shackleton.
I would just like to add that, yes, we are closed on all day Tuesday and lunchtime, but we are a very accessible council. You know, anybody can walk through that door, speak to the town clerk, the admin clerk, you know. So we are still accessible to fellow residents.
Councillor Busman.
Yeah, and the office opening hours are constantly under review. We do review them every year to make sure that we are operating best practice. And the reason why one of the reasons why we're closing all day Tuesday is the fact that we were getting such an influx of people wanting the information that the tourist information place used to provide, that routine admin and routine council jobs weren't getting the attention they deserved. So that one of the decisions was that we would close so that the essential admin and work of the council would get done without interruption. And as far as I'm aware, there's been no detriment to the public through that, but we will obviously, this is all under review constantly, so if we feel the need to open again on a Tuesday, those opening hours will be revisited.
Could I just ask on this property, I see it's listed for the next meeting, lock on rear door of office.
That's
What
the back door.
What is proposed?
I think it's the change of the numbers to actually open the lock.
Oh,
Is
why?
that correct?
Because people don't know it in the first place. They ring me up and say, what's the number, Barry? I can't get in. And I tried it tonight and I couldn't get in, could I, Jackie? That's all. Tried it 3 times and I couldn't get in. I had to knock on the door. I rung the bell first, but nobody answered. So, I think
That's why we're looking at it.
yeah, well, I'm saying, why are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Because it's in brown.
Yeah.
We'll have a new one. That was what I asked in the first place. It's not just the numbers then, it is the actual lock that wants
We
to-
said we would look at the lock and see and the numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Councillor Meek.
It's alright, I'm in a sarcastic mood.
I know
Very
you are.
sarcastic.
I know you are.
Two things. Do you try pressing C every time you try putting the number in to reset it? For one?
No,
Councillor.
No,
That's why I couldn't get in. Secondly, the number in my eyes for security of this building wants changing every so often. The past councillors or anyone that knew the number can still get in.
what can
So-
they do when they get in?
Well, what's a burglar do?
Well, what are they going to burgle?
Well, what's a burglar when someone's walking into your premise, into your house?
Councillor.
Sorry, I think that's a discussion for the property committee meeting.
Yeah.
It's
Not-
not
not
a discussion, this is what's being discussed.
No, but those specific details are for that meeting, not for
It's
the
not
job.
funny, you know.
For security of the building, they need changing every now and again.
Right. Can we move on, please?
Jeff.
Right, we want to note the minutes of these 4 committees. Can we have a proposer to note the minutes, please? Councillor Bosworth and Councillor Wilkie. And all those in favour, please? Needs to be noted. Okay. We'll move on now to B on the 9B. Is councils to receive reports from members of meetings of local organisations. Could councillors please indicate who wishes to speak and the organisation covered? Councillor Anthony first, then Councillor Banks and then Councillor Meek.
Okay.
Just like it, I've got them written like that.
Alphabetical order.
And we'll
I attended a meeting on Monday of Discover Filey, and the main item for discussion was the future of the group, and it was decided that for the AGM, which will be held on the 12th of November at the Everon Centre, that it will be put on the agenda. There will be a vote to close or to keep open.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillor Holden Banks.
I submitted two emails, or one email with two reports in it from the Filey Tourism Association. If anybody's got any questions about those? Nope. And then I would just like to read one more. I attended a meeting yesterday, a site meeting at Primrose Valley Flatcliffe. In attendance was Yorkshire Water, Mike Cockle, Stuart from Scarborough Borough Council, I don't know his surname, sorry, Bourne Leisure and the Chair of Flatcliffe Association. The group discussed another access road into the hamlet. It was agreed that Flatcliffe Association to work with outside bodies to organise further information. On the whole, as a new purpose-built road is to be explored to form a different access to the original road, as the original road access only has maybe 20 years usage depending on the cliff erosion. So any further updates I shall obviously report straight back to Council.
Right, thank you for that. The next one is Councillor Meek.
Right, Ravine Park Skate Route. Just recently had a meeting, and hopefully we're going to be further on very quickly. We have taken on the services of the representative of Kate Mills from Groundwork, and she's going to do all the major bidding, sisters for grants and stuff like that. We are still waiting. We have spoken, can I mention him? Scarborough Council.
No, not until I've had a proper chat.
Right. We're in contact with the manager of Scarborough Council regarding the letter that we received from him. And no one understood the answers. And we've been in contact and we're waiting for a reply. That is, ownership of the land, can we have the land, and some more questions. Planning, and one thing another. So now we've taken on Alan Mills from Groundwork. She's going to pursue Pardon?
Kate.
Kate. I said that in sorry. And from Groundwork, we want to proceed. Yeah, we do have plans of the skate park if anyone wants to see them. It is planned, well, hopefully, when we get permission to go, in line with the cage on West Avenue where the car park is. Same square footage. And we've got everything there, we're just waiting permission. Said we've got the land before we can start really going ahead and raising any funds. And is there anything to add?
Well, as you know, Councillor Meek, I've spoken with the gentleman in question this afternoon. He wasn't very forthcoming. In fact, he didn't really know a lot about the letter that he'd sent. So I am giving him time to dig the letter out, and I'll speak to him later on this week.
Right, thank you for that. Councillor Wilkie.
Yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update on the Filey Community Sports Club situation. Over the last few months, for members that aren't aware, there's children's football. It was born out of the old Filey boys and girls football. And we ended up wearing a nice club. There was Holt's, Filey, I think they were called FC Holt's, with the football inside, with the coaching of the children, etc. So they, in their wisdom, have decided to leave the facility. So that has unfortunately left us with no children up at the club, which is really against the ethos of what it's all about. Bob Major and Jeff are a bit distraught about it really. We have rented the pitches out to some adult teams in the interim, but it was just to sort of mention that we're working hard with other organisations to try and get children's coaching back up there. It's sadly a sign of the times. So youth football, I think it's struggling a little bit, I think, fair to say, all round. So currently, I just want to bring to council, currently there's no children up at the club, which is sad. Hopefully we can turn it around, but I'm not sure how sustainable it will be with just renting the pitches out to local adult teams. So that's the current situation. Once we get a few more details of how we can maybe develop some of the children's coaching that's approach the group. If that's long term, great. If it's not, I think then we'll have to look at the long term future of the club, see what we can do. But the people that have run it have worked really hard to pick it up from a situation similar to this to where it was, and now it's that the children that we did have up there have decided, well, it's the coaching staff and the adults have decided to go and leave elsewhere. So that's the current situation. Once I get more detail on any developments that may or may not happen, then I'll come back to council.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Wilkie. Councillor Anthony.
My question was really about the skate park. I've sort of observed quite a bit over the last few days on social media about having a skate park. I think a lot of people in the town were just not aware that it was underway. But just to let you know, Jeff, if you don't know already, there's been so many offers to do fundraising, and I believe someone has approached Vicky Mason, PCSO, Vicky Mason, Leeson, oh, I beg your pardon, with offers of help. So hopefully that will be taken up and help to move forward a little bit.
I've been made aware of that today. In fact,
Yeah.
there's either 2 or 3 come forward,
Yeah.
which is good news.
Absolutely.
Right, thank you for that. Councillor Wilkie.
Yeah, just something else on the skate park as well, just a comment really. Would it be probably 18 months ago, maybe a couple of years, when we first had the children from the school come and give a presentation, which was great. It seems a bit sad that maybe they won't still be there to see it come to completion, which is...
They can still use it.
Oh, they can still use it, yeah. But it's a shame, isn't it, that they might not see the completion, which just shows how long it takes to get things done.
The problem that, as Councillor Leeds already stated, is getting the land, or getting a letter saying that we can use the land. We've had Councillor Walker come in and say, look, I've told you the land's yours, but we have
nothing in writing
on it.
Well, I think Councillor Meek has challenged Councillor Cockrell on that numerous times. And, Councillor Cockrell will come along when there's some glory to be had, but when it's nitty gritty, where is it in writing?
Is it there?
Yeah.
This council agreed when the students were in principle to support this, and I'm sure sooner rather than later the group will be coming, and asking for financial support. We'll get the full backing of the council to do that, because we have always said as a council that we would support, sports projects if you care to call it a sport.
But you can't grow up without the land. And I want all these questions answered. Until we get answers, got his hands tied.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Meek. I've got one report to do. I was at the British Legion meeting this afternoon, and that's when the gate said that they would be there at the service. Also, they're holding midnight, well, it's into midnight, it's 6 o'clock walk again. They
A
call
light walk.
it, yeah, a light walk again, down to the gardens there. So anybody can join in that. Last year there was over 250, 300 people walked on that march.
And they'll put that in the diary rate today.
They will do, I presume. Yes, they're on about
it in
it.
hand.
You've got it in hand,
Yeah.
haven't you? Yes. And
So-
about our commemoration.
Oh, and
Yeah.
about everything.
Junk.
Okay. So that's as far as that's concerned with the British Legion. Alright, so that's my bit of the report. Is there any more reports please from councillors? Councillor Butterworth.
Yeah, we've had FBI meeting, Filey Initiative. The Winter Talks programme is now fully booked up, so there's going to be some interesting new talks. Watch out for one particular one that's going to be, I think, very, very interesting, but I've got a personal interest in that one. No, it's I've inveigled my sister-in-law to come and give us a talk on the history of the bird garden.
All right.
Oh,
nice one.
So we're hoping that'll be a well-intended
Yeah.
event. So that's quite, it's got quite an emotional history to it and how she set it up and what
Yeah.
have you. So it's going to be a good thing that. So the programme's set for the winter talk.
Good. Right, thank you for that. Councillor Butterworth. Is there any more reports from councillors please? Councillor Butterworth.
Not a report, but just a question. I don't know if this is the right item, but has been any feedback from the track road rally? I don't know.
To me, yes, there has been. They really enjoyed it. All the drivers want to come back again next year, plus the management as well. They will be in touch with Filey Town Council early next year, and yes, it was very enjoyable, to be honest.
I've got to say, the town seemed to be very busy.
It was very busy. All the guest houses were full. The actual shops were, I don't know about yours, but they were private.
It felt a very nice atmosphere.
Well, yeah. No trouble whatsoever.
Good.
So,
Thank you.
okay, Councillor Anthony.
Just a general thought, I don't want to be negative, it was a fabulous day, but there were a lot of comments from visitors in town that they had no idea it was on. So I think we've talked about this when we saw Scarborough Council about advertising things a bit more. But yeah, it was fabulous event.
This was actually mentioned on the Saturday, was that? The lack of advertising.
Yeah, I was stopped by quite a few people saying, what is it? What's going on?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Councillor Haxby?
Yeah, as you know, the Coast Guard station hosted one of the final timing points.
That's right.
So I had to man it all day for security reasons. And got to know them quite well. They really enjoyed it again. I've been in touch with Lloyd Walker, who's the deputy organiser, and arranged to have him sent out a lot of our grant forms for next year, because obviously they rely on grants to put it on.
Yeah.
And again, it's a financial decision at the end of the year.
Yeah,
But he very much hopes it can come back to Friday.
definitely.
Again, the only negative comment I had was from people walking the town from the rally that found every chip shop shut, virtually every cafe closed. Now, when this council receives criticism from the Chamber of Trade, blah de blah de blah, that we do nothing for the town, and we do help and give grants, etc., and they can't be bothered to open up to provide a service. You know, I don't know how bad it was, because I'll be honest, I didn't go around the town. But apparently it was bad enough for them to comment on it. It's just a point to note for next year that, again, with the advertising, I think we ought to perhaps have a concerted effort prior to the rally, where the town does get behind it, do some advertising ourselves and hopefully get the FTA on board and do something for it. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Anybody Councillor Holden Barnes.
Thank you. I can't say why personally people don't stay open, John, but all I do know is that Filey Tourism Association and Filey Chamber of Trade all donated money towards the actual to have donated quite a bit of money.
No, I don't say they didn't, Jackie. All I said was the comments I got back.
But I don't know why
people who walk the town and
yeah.
couldn't find anywhere open.
But that is a problem in Filey, just generally speaking, nowhere being open, just across the board. It's dreadful. I mean, the moans, like about nobody coming in, but there's buses coming in and there's nowhere close. Wednesday's unbelievable. People still closing half days on Wednesdays, and there's bus trips coming in. Totally understand what you're saying.
Wednesdays are usually our busiest day.
Yeah, strange.
Very strange.
Okay. Is there any more questions or reports? No, we'll move on then. We'll go on to number 10 on the agenda, scheduled payments. Do any members wish to make comments or ask questions about the schedule? You've all seen the schedule, apart from Councillor Wright.
I'm not saying a word. Because this won't work even though it's been to the people. Even Kevin can't get it up. And the schedule payment is not on the thing.
Excuse me, mate.
Not even Kevin. No, I'm on him as a good brain.
It would be a very good
He's a very good brain, and even he can't get it up.
Next item, Chair.
That guy can carry on, no I haven't. And I couldn't care less.
The property committee are actually looking at new iPads that should work better. Okay? Councillor Wilkie.
Just on the carpentry and joinery, the public seating maintenance, is that over a year or is it just something specific? Or,
It's a number of items that's happening during that month for the just general maintenance. All the maintenance now basically ceases at this point in the year.
just seems quite a hefty figure, that's all.
But there was a lot done in the last few weeks of the year.
That includes the boiler.
No, it's just public seating.
Oh yeah, well there's lots of these new slats being put on there.
Yes, a lot of work been done.
Lots of work's being done, I
It's
noticed.
like £4,000 worth of repairs. Is that just down to vandalism then, or just wear and tear? What's the...
More likely to be wearing
Just routine
Yeah.
stuff.
They have been repaired with hard wood, haven't they?
How, sorry, Chair, through you, how was that picked up then? Just by people reporting it, or just us going out and having a look, or how do we generally?
We just have a routine maintenance schedule, and usually stops at this time of year because the weather's not good for painting and staining. So that's been off a bit.
I think Simon will that picks a lot of us all in these issues there.
On the benches, I've reported quite a lot of damage on them, and so has Councillor Wright.
Yeah.
This is where, to Sharon, and this is where most of that come from. I mean, we can't have anybody out doing any damage to themselves, or else
Oh no.
it'll cost us.
A fortune. I just wondered what the process was to find damage and...
Basically, there's a schedule of maintenance there, and I just get. So I was brought to the schedule of maintenance. I was brought up by someone who reports it.
Yeah.
But excuse me, coming in, into all that cupboard with the amount of money that's paid, it's not out of Filey Council's coffers.
No, we get the mod agreement money covered.
So yeah, it's already covered, isn't it?
It's covered,
Yeah.
Councillor Huxley?
When the council bought these tablets, we were supposed to be saving money.
Yeah.
This month alone, it's 650 quid, directly related to either the Wi-Fi, broadband, fibre or tablets. And that's an ongoing problem we've got. My tablet is like Marion's. It's never worked. I'm using my own iPad. is our system fit for purpose? And I think the answer is no, it isn't.
it's not.
Let's just bite the bullet and get something decent before everybody gets so sick of them. We're going to resort back to paper again because it's getting ridiculous.
Oh, it's no one.
700 quid every month to sort of broadband system out. It's crazy. It's more than I'm paying personally. Then I have X-Tellies, wide Xboxes, I don't have anything on mine. But it ain't costing anywhere near that much. You know, we need to get something sorted out in this system. Because it's going on and on and on. We were supposed to have the broadband sorted. But I see the bills again for the broadband sorted out. You know, I just don't understand that.
Right out.
Councillor Shackleton?
Yeah. These Samsung tablets, they are the cheapest model that we could possibly buy. And they were bought as kind of an experiment to get members into the 21st century, so to speak. But some members still aren't using them. Now, I understand that Councillor Wright has had a lot of problems first, but there are members that don't use them. My tablet has worked perfectly well from day one, and it is still working. I brought my own this evening because I forgot to charge the council tablet up. It's all about downloading before, you know. I know we should get the internet bang on. But if members download it beforehand, it's just click, and there you are, everything's there. If your tablet's used correctly, it's perfectly sound. I'm sorry to say, I just think it's the operator.
I think I'd say the exception to that.
Can
My Wi-Fi on this iPad, I can download as fast as you can download.
No, I
The
wasn't
same
on about the
document.
Wi-Fi.
And I'm as IT savvy as you are, Joe. And my tablet has never worked. You've had a look at it. It's gone back to
Yeah.
Paul Dooley.
Yeah.
And that's not so
You
wrong.
obviously had a real tablet
Well,
like...
you know, Marion's got a problem. So that's 2 out of 12.
But RDS should have thought that
20%.
Got it back
One of
yesterday.
these, please.
Right. He knows what he's doing.
Right. Councillor Meek first, and then Councillor Wilkie.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with John as well. That's Councillor Shackleton. Downloading the planning documents or last Monday. At home, I downloaded it. I got a blank sheet of paper. Deleted it. Tried 3 times. A blank sheet of paper. I mentioned it to Charles Black, David, and tried it again. Blank sheet of paper. So I got my personal iPad out, and it loaded like that. So, to me, the US.
Right. As I said before, that the property committee are looking into new iPads that should work well.
Just allow Bill Gates to
Councillor
speak on this.
Shackleton.
How had enough? I'm chucking you off.
Come on, Zuckerberg, let's see what you have to
No,
say.
I've already stated that the bog basic kit. You've just got to be patient with them. You aren't going to download stuff at 30 odd mega or 40 odd mega, whatever you want to download at. They are the bog basic kit, and you've just got to be patient with them.
And all I can say is, all it's done is shut us off. It's put me off with one of them altogether. Don't want to know. Dustbin's the best place for it.
Do you mind if I take that home?
You can take it home with pleasure. There you go. Keep it forever and ever.
Councillor Wilkie.
I think if the property are going to look at this, obviously everybody's having a different experience.
Yeah.
My personal, it's been fine. I downloaded some planning documents, the drawings from the website the other day, ready for the meeting, and they came in. I've never had a problem with connectivity here, not in the old system, not with this system. So everyone's got a different experience. So I think if the property committee are going to look at it, they're going to have to talk to every councillor and find out what their issues are and see who's having a problem, who isn't. Is it an operator? Is it an operator? You can't just have a meeting and then decide without talking to the councillors. Maybe we need some training, however. But I'm like Councillor Shackleton. I download all the documents before the meeting, and then you just open the document. You're not trying to connect to the internet to get your agenda items.
Councillor Anthony.
I think I would say we've had plenty of training on
I've not had any training since day one.
Sorry?
I've not had any training on this since day one.
Is that because you've not been available?
I've not been requested to come to any training.
Well, I've been, oh, is it just me then? I've been requested to come several times.
We just think that.
I think there might be training there if people want to do it. I might not need it.
No, there has been, the previous clerk arranged quite a bit of training.
I think it was worded for those people that wanted training and those people that didn't want training. That's how it was worded, I think. Is that correct, Councillor Shepherd?
I think that is, Chair. And just to move matters on, I think the general consensus is that they don't like the old tablets. So I think the sooner the property committee look at
Especially the strategic planning.
strategic planning. Yeah. So as soon as we get just fingers out and get on with it. But of course we have been waiting for the town clerk to come up with some ideas, which I do ask him on a regular basis, Chair. In fact, nearly every week when I'm coming out. So, yes.
Okay, Councillor Shackleton, we take the point. Councillor Neal.
One last point. That is my planning document. And that is in my files. Which I've
That's an
downloaded.
SBC issue, Councillor.
Yeah.
It could be that.
You often go on and the documents aren't available.
Well,
To download.
after that downloaded, as I stated, I went onto my personal iPad and it come up.
Right. I know every time, before I come to a meeting, I always download at home, and then I know I've got them on, to be honest. And I download it. It downloads quite easily at home. Entirely different here. But I think we should be looking at things and sorting things out sooner than later, to be honest. Okay? Is there any more questions, please? On schedule of payments.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No.
We were all having such a good time we forgot where we were, to be honest.
I know you did. Is there any more questions on schedule of payments?
Well, that's why the borough charged £11 for two identity badges. Well, the gold blue Peter badges or something. That's what they charge, is the plastic laminated. 11 quid. 11 quid.
With a photograph on.
Yeah, we provide the photograph.
Even yours was that, Councillor House.
I was at home with my iPad.
Happy that.
Okay, moving on now. Come on now, moving on. You've all had a chance to read them. Could I have a proposer and a seconder to approve the schedule? Could I have a proposer, please? Councillor Wilkin, a seconder. Councillor Shackleton. All those in favour, please show. You haven't seen them, have you?
No,
So you
Just looked at mine.
I've looked at it.
Oh,
yes.
okay then,
Yes,
I'll
I
take
have,
that as
yes.
you've seen them then.
I like sharing.
Councillor Shackleton.
Are we all in favour there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'd just like
Yes,
to say,
yes,
Mr Bull, and his outstanding work this year.
Yes.
I think the council should write a very nice letter to both David and Paula, thanking them for the duties that they've carried out. A lot of duties they didn't necessarily have to, but they're always pleased to do so. It's, you know, when David does retire, it's going to be really difficult to find somebody to give 13 Sundays up throughout the summer,
Absolutely.
like they do. So I think a letter of thanks from this council.
Around collecting all that money and
Yeah.
being responsible for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I assume we are looking into new sound system for it.
Yes.
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 Everywhere.
Okay. Right, so we've got that. We'll go on to number 11 now. Training. The council to consider a request for training from YLCA for all council members as a refresher and or initial awareness course. The course will be planned to be held at Filey, with the possibility of making the event available to other local parish councils. Please can council, if they wish to go forward, please consider a date for this event.
What sort of training? What we're talking about?
It's
Don't say technology, folks.
no.
Running around the block
No,
all the
no,
time.
no. I think it's a general refreshing course, is that correct?
Yeah, making people aware of any recent legislations or changes in rules, etc., that people may not be aware of because they're not common knowledge or whatever.
Toss a table at them.
And this goes for planning as well, because planning regulations change every week, if not more. And that is one of the main ones, but the rest of the things that's changing, they change rapidly. And we